I mean, as I like kind of mentioned for a second earlier, like I used to sell a lot of pot, and you know, it's not something I'm proud of, and it's not something that I recommend anybody do. But I did it, and that is, you know, kind of how we got where we are today. And now I no longer, I'm not the plug anymore. I can't do that shit. It's just not a good thing for anybody, man. Like, I mean, it can be a good thing, I guess, like for the right people. It was a good thing for me. But now that I'm not doing it anymore, I don't have any money like coming in. I don't have any money saved up. I don't have any kind of income. I'm basically mooching off my mom, if you want to call it that. But you know what? Like, I'll just tell you guys, like, listen. I'm going to drop this into a place where, like, you guys might not want to hear this shit. Like, but I'm just going to talk about it because I feel like talking about it. So, it's like 2014. I felt a calling me out. It's real talk time. Yeah, it's real talk time. I felt a calling to leave my hometown and travel. I felt a calling to go see the world. I felt like a hand was pushing me. Like, it felt like the wind was just telling me where I needed to go. And it wasn't up to me whether or not I did or didn't go there. I was going to go there. Like, I could have wanted to stay home, right? Like, I could have just gone in bed and stayed in bed. I could have just chilled, lived a normal life. But that's not what God has in store for me, I suppose. I felt pushed, so I allowed it to happen, and I just left. I knew, dude. And I even wrote a song about it. Like, it's called "A Calling Is Calling," and that's kind of the song of my journey. We'll play that if you guys want to hear it. It's a song that I sing and play on guitar. Now, like I said, it was like 2014. I felt a calling, and so I had to leave. I grabbed my cat, Bear. I put him in the back of my car, and I packed everything, and I drove across the country. All the way from Florida to California with my cat in the back of my car. The only way that I made money was playing guitar and singing on street corners. And I never had any idea, like, where my next dollar bill was going to come from. I never had any idea where I was going to go to sleep at night, or where my next meal was going to come from. I had no idea what I was doing at all. I was scared shitless all the time. And it didn't matter because I knew that it was something that I had to do. I ended up in Hawaii. I flew from Oregon to Hawaii after trading my 2005 Ford Taurus for like a pound of pot or something that I mailed carrier pigeon to a different state. When that package arrived, I got paid, and I used that money to go to Hawaii. I spent a few months living in Hawaii, like I said, outdoors, sleeping wherever, in the woods, in a hammock, on the beach. It was one of the most beautiful experiences of my life, and I'll never forget it. And even what happened at the end doesn't make it any less beautiful to me, but it ended in tragedy. It really did. I'm not sure if it was ancestral karma. I'm not sure if it was a momentary possession or just some spiritual reenactment. But it felt like really crazy. I was attacked by like 10 or 15 guys. They poured ammonia all over my skin. They took a metal baseball bat to my arms and my legs and my back and my teeth. And so I had to heal from all that. I really didn't know how to heal from that. Where was this at? Big Island. Puna side. Or Hilo side of Big Island, yeah. Puna town. And, yeah. They dosed me with 100 hits of LSD. Me and 9 other people or so. Like the rumor is that 10 people got dosed with 100 hits each. Because I guess that's what they do to people that they don't want on the island anymore. And so I lost my mind. I was like, I'm on drugs, and I didn't willingly take any because I don't support, like, I can't. I used to trip a lot. I used to enjoy a psychedelic experience here and there or whatever. Like, it's fine to open up your mind, but it's really a waste of time to do drugs just to have fun. It's a fucking waste of time. It's a fucking waste of time. But I knew I was fucked up. Either that or I was fucking possessed. It felt like 100 hits of acid. But what would be, like, better? 100 hits of acid or being possessed? And I don't know one way or the other which one it was or wasn't. So I have to live with it never knowing, and it's okay. I'm not mad. Take it or leave it. It happened that way. And that's really all there is to it. I remember the police, instead of bringing me directly to a hospital where I belonged, they drove me around an airport. Like 20 times or something. And just flipped stations on the radio as if I was listening to God and they were recording my thoughts. It was the craziest, most unexplainable situation or scenario or thing that has ever happened in my life, and I have no idea how to explain it to you. It's unexplainable. It's outright outlandish and feels like a dream or a movie. But that's what the entire thing felt like. There was just so much that happened. And like there's a lot more that I won't necessarily go into today. Near death, no, I died. I'll tell you that part. When those 10 or however many guys, 12 or 13 guys it felt like, came on me and like they all tried to grab my arms and my body and shit, like I dragged every single one of them down to the ground with me. I remember bringing every single one of them down with me because they were like pulling my arms and then I just pulled my arms in and I pulled them all down. But then everyone stood back up, still holding on to my limbs. They spread me out. And then I just saw that metal baseball bat coming for my face. And in that split second, I knew that I didn't want to get hit in the forehead or my eyebrow or my nose. I didn't want to be permanently disfigured or fucked up or suffer a concussion or die. And I remember that I smiled and I shoved my teeth into that fucking bat. And then all I could say was teeth. And it felt like my tooth was, and it still feels like, fucked up. And I still like it still kind of hurts a little. Like I feel the impact. It was the most terrifying, horrific experience that I've ever been through. But it's okay. Like I'm okay. It's all right. I'm not mad at those people. I'm not mad at anyone or anything. I don't care. I'm moving forward. That's all that matters. I said teeth, 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 and I'm holding my teeth, trying to like push my tooth back up into its place, and they're hitting me with like, there's like two of them, and then one of them like particularly, who was just saying keep walking, and like hitting me in my legs and in my back and in my arms. I walked like 100 miles, dude, like till my feet bled. It was insane. I like waited in the brush. The cops pulled up. I came out of the brush. The 100-mile walk wasn't this night. This was a totally different walk. I did my 100-mile walk before I heard keep walking, before this happened. That's the crazy thing. Like, even before the whole thing, I fucking walked 100 miles for no reason. I was already fucked up. Like, I was out of my mind on 100 hits of acid or possessed. I don't know one way or the other. Nightbot, shut the fuck up. Thank you, anime. I love you. That's just the most insane thing, bro. Like, I can't believe that happened to you. I can't believe it happened to me, but it happened. Thank you for not, like... thankfully, no one has ever tried to, like, say I was a bullshitter. Like, and I would probably flip. I would probably lose my shit, and I would probably fucking... You know? No. I don't think you are saying that at all. And I'm glad. I know you believe me. Everyone that I've told the story to ever has believed me every time, and I appreciate that, because, like, part of me, like, doesn't want to believe it myself, you know? And so, like, I think that's where the anxiety of worrying that other people will say I'm lying comes from, is just that, like, I don't even want to believe that it actually happened myself sometimes. But I finally did come to the point that I accept it, and I've been healing. I am healing. I'm so far along in my healing, and so getting to the point where I died, I came out of the brush when the cops arrived, and the cops, like, fucking, like, they straightened me out, dude. They, like, fucking, like, they, like, put my hands behind my back, and they put me in handcuffs, but they weren't like aggressive or anything. They were gentle. They were totally gentle, and, like, stretching me and like giving me, like, what felt like tui na, like, pressure point massage, like, and straightening out my posture and shit. And then they drove me around the airport like 20 times just to listen to the radio, which freaked me the fuck out. Like, why the fuck didn't you drive me straight to the hospital? Okay, this is where it gets to the hospital. Now we're in the hospital finally, and I'm wondering the whole time, like, why did we just, like, fucking drive around that airport, and why am I feeling like God is, like, channeling through my body or something? It felt like that. I don't know what it was. It just felt like that. They shackled me up in one of those beds that have the fucking shackles. And I fucking started freeing myself. I freed my left hand first. And as soon as I freed my left hand, like, it was like some magician, like, Houdini shit, bro. Like, I straight up, like, undid the shackle all by my fucking self because I was insane. I mean, the cops kept telling me I'm not in any trouble. I didn't break any laws, but I was, like, having, like, a psychotic moment or something or whatever. So they shackled me to a bed, and I wanted to get out. I knew, like, no, they had no idea about the drugs. And I never took one single drug on that island. I never drank. I never took a pill or smoked anything other than pot. I don't like drugs. I don't think they're good for you or anyone. I don't think drugs are good at all. I think drugs are bad. Okay? As soon as I got my left hand free, I was going to free my right arm and then both of my ankles, and I was going to walk right out the fucking front door. Because there's nothing that can stop me, period. Like, you'd have to really stop me to stop me. You know what I mean? As soon as I got my left hand free, like 5, or I don't know how many of them, it was just a bunch of big fucking dudes. They come in the room, and they stick me with some type of sedative that was obviously just supposed to, like, calm me down. But they had no prior knowledge of the drugs that were running through my system. And I was, you know, so much adrenaline was flowing through my body. I think my body had an adverse reaction to what they gave me. I went into cardiac arrest, and I killed myself somehow. Like, my heart stopped. I died. For 5 minutes, I was dead. They resuscitated me, and when I came to, I could only give them my mom's phone number. And that was it. And this is the story from my mom's mouth. This is how my mom told me the story. She said she got called. They said, "Hello, ma'am. We have a John Doe on the table. His heart stopped. He was dead for 5 minutes. We resuscitated him and brought him back to life. He wasn't able to give us anything other than your phone number. We want to know who he is." And she said, "That's my son." And I woke up in the morning in the psych ward. But I knew what I had to do. I wrote a letter. I said, "You can't hold me for more than 72 hours. Legally, you cannot hold me for more than 72 hours. You have to let me go." They let me go. They appointed me a guy named Chemo, big Hawaiian Molk. Fucking big fucker. He escorted me to go retrieve my things. I told them I wasn't getting off the island until I got my shit back. Here, let me show you the one thing that I wanted to keep. I left everything behind, okay? I brought with that island to me like a $1,000 Martin acoustic. I brought with me, with the money that I got for my car, I bought a hiking backpack. It was a Kelty. I still have the miniature version of the Kelty. Like, the Kelty that I bought came with a miniature Kelty, like you know, you leave your big bag and you take the little like trail bag. Get your own motherfucking box. I love Cheez-Its, bro. Sexy ass jacket. Yeah, dude, I wanted this more than I wanted anything. I wasn't going to leave that island until I got my shit back. All of it. I wanted my phone, I wanted my jacket, I wanted my guitars. It wasn't just my Martin. I also bought on that island a $300 Taylor that looks just like the one sitting over there. T-Swift, baby. Pwits, what's up? Good to see you. So Chemo, the guy they appointed to me, when releasing me from the psych ward, brought me to the house where I knew my jacket was. He watched me jump the gate, break into the house, and leave with nothing but the jacket. I also took a hacky sack, but I gave that back because I knew I needed it. There was a big scary dog that I had to confront about my other stuff. My guitars and my hiking backpack and all my clothes. Like, the whole thing started and happened, by the way, guys, because I'm sure you're wondering, why did all of this happen? I got accused of being a meth head and robbing homes. Somebody started a rumor that I was out doing meth and robbing people's homes. If I was doing meth, bro, I would just say I was doing meth, bro. I don't fucking do drugs, bro. Drugs are fucking dumb. I didn't do a single drug on that island. I smoked some weed. That's it. I didn't even drink. Everybody drinks. Come on. Where was I? Chemo watched me grab my jacket. He brought me to pirate camp, which is where I had all my other stuff. I got all my shit. Because like I said, I told them I wasn't leaving that fucking island without all of my shit. And then I left all of it. I left my Martin. I think they still use it to this day on Music Mondays at the Hot Ponds. I left my Taylor. I hope they still use it and take good care of her. I left my hiking backpack, all my clothes. I left my hammock. I left everything. All I took with me was my jacket. This jacket. And then I came back. And I've been agoraphobic or whatever ever since. I just don't leave my house, ever. I did leave again after that because I felt another calling, and I traveled across the country again. I felt like I needed to, like, get out into the world. I felt like I needed to do something, and I didn't even know exactly what. So I left again, only to get all fucked up and that's just another story for another day. But that's the story of Hawaii, ladies and gentlemen. We're here. There we go. That's it. That's it. I'm done. I'm done with that story. I love you guys. Holy shit.
Wait, can you hear me or no?
Glad you're safe and now here. Thank you so much. Peewit, sorry, got an error. If I lived on that couch, that box would have done disappeared by now. Come live on the couch, bro. Protect this boy. I'm happy I'm safe too. All I want is to live a long, happy life, bro. I don't want to get fucked up like that again. I don't want to get fucking hanged off a doorknob by a fucking red scarf. I don't want to get fucking shot in the stomach. I don't want to get my neck fucking sliced. I don't want to get hung. I don't want to get any of that dark shit. Like all that dark shit that like people like have conspiracies about, and like you know, is it conspiracy theory or is it conspiracy fact? This is just a conversation for another day. But like I don't want none of that shit to happen to me, y'all. So like I'm just gonna like continuously like cast spells for all of these things not to happen. Little known fact, your boy is a motherfucking wizard. I do the magics. Would anybody like a tarot card pulled for them? I do tarot. I do numerology readings. Yeah, Pwitz, you came at the very end of story time. You'll have to watch the VOD back.